Hey folks, how's everybody doing? Howdy. It's raining here in Dallas. Not much going on, nothing super exciting. But Mr. John Hughes, a subscriber, a viewer, a buddy, he mentioned that it was a smart idea that I tap these cars before I move them around. Now at this particular location, there's not any customers. There's not people in here looking and shopping for parts. There's only record drivers coming in and dropping the cars off and going. And plus, everybody out here knows the nature of the business. They know to keep their head on a swivel. But I don't live that way. I come up to these cars, and before I do anything, I tap them. I try not to tap them too far down because there could be somebody under them also. So I just kind of give them a light little tap, and I pause a little bit. Now here's why. So 7 or 8 years ago, I got started in the junk business. It was parts. I'm sorry. It was 36 acres of parts, and there would probably be, I'm serious, on a Saturday, there would be 700 customers in there. There'd be, for real, and there'd be people in and out of these cars. And the man that hired me, he said, look, rule number one, you need to look, make sure there's nobody in the car. That's all he told me. He goes, honk your horn, walk around. Well, I started just touching the cars as easy as I could. So my first experience with it was, so I'd only been working for him about 6 months or so, and he says, hey, there's a bunch of cars that I marked with the letter C on them. That means crush. You need to take them back there to the crushing area. So I'm going through there, and I'm doing the thing. I'm tapping the cars and making sure, and I just got in a hurry, and what had happened was, I'm gonna show you how the car was set up. A man was inside of like a Chevy Capri, all right, and the car was set up. The car was set up facing this way, and also the forks that we used over there were 16 feet long. They would go all the way underneath this Jeep, and they would hang out the back a few feet. So what happened was, I'm going through there and I'm grabbing cars, and I pulled all the way up like this. The door was open, both doors were open, and I said, oh man, you gotta tap these cars before you do go any further. And I stopped, and I went like this, and this man, in 2 giant hops, I swear he was over there by that fence. He was 15 feet away in 2 giant backward hops. Scared me to death, scared him to death, and it just put that in me. It totally put that in me. Now, what happened another time, about a year or so later, somebody in a hurry jumped on a tractor, went and got a car, and the man was in the back of a car pulling speakers out. And the man, the operator, went through the window, scooped the car up, and started driving away. And people were, waving their arms, stop, And here's another thing. Over there, what we would do is we would take a hammer and we would open the trunk and we would smash over like the locking part, the clasp part. That way the trunks never stayed locked. Somebody accidentally would get locked in the trunk. That way that stuff didn't happen. Well, as this guy's carrying this car, the tractor's bouncing, and the back trunk is just slamming open, slamming closed, slamming open, slamming closed. I guess you can't really slam open, sorry. But anyway, and he's just freaking out, and finally, I come around the corner and see these people, the yard was set up just like Walmart. Aisle 6 was Hondas, aisle 4 was Chevys. And I'm going through there, and people are waving, and I see a flash. And I stopped the operator. I stop with my arms. And that car was still probably 8, maybe 10 feet in the air. And that man jumped out of that trunk. And once again, I saw sheer terror in this man's face. He didn't know if he was about to get in the crusher. He didn't know what was about to happen. He was freaked out. And I've seen some other ones. I don't want to really talk about them and ruin anybody's day, but I've seen it happen where people are in a hurry and they grab a car and things happen. You have to take that time. Now, I set this car up there. I know that. I know there is no one in this yard but this guy crushing with me and another people loading this 18-wheeler. But I'm still going to touch it. And I'm still going to touch it. And also I want y'all to look here. Okay, I don't know if y'all can see it, but past those cars, that white car and that record, that's a trailer house right there. And then over here, it looks like, you know, just an old, an old shed, an old barn. But what if some kid was out here bored and wanted to, hey, look, let's go check out those cars. I create those situations to keep me on my toes. I cannot hurt anyone out here. Knock on wood. God bless us. God bless everyone. Keep us all safe. But I just can't not touch these cars. I have to. So anyway, that's why I touch these cars. And I hope if there's any other operators that might happen to be watching my videos, I hope they do it or already do it, but you gotta touch these cars. You gotta touch these cars. Thank y'all. I know it wasn't about crushing, but Mr. John Hughes had mentioned that, and I don't know if we'll just call it a question and answer or but anyway, that's the reason why I touch cars, and I tap them before I pick them up. Thank you.